What's up, YouTube? 590 Productions coming to you today. Give you some insight and knowledge on the echo audio effect. It's new to Ableton Live 10. And we're actually going to look at it with a vocal piece here. The vocal piece that I chose today is going to be the stock Ableton demo songs vocal. And we're going to start off with it in its organic state. And we're going to come here and put a echo audio effect on it. Now, when you start messing with the echo audio effect, you can think of it as a beefed up reverb or a visual reverb. You even think of it like that. First thing I'm going to do is go through all the tabs. I'm not going to do a lot of showcasing as to what each knob does. I will explain them, but I'm not going to showcase each knob. And after we play around with it a little bit, we'll kind of give you a beginning organic sound, and then what after we play with all this stuff, what it sounds like. So let's get started here. The organic sound is going to sound like this. Well, if I turn the echo off, you'd hear it. Okay, so that's our organic sound. Now we turn the echo back on. We'll go from left to right. You start off over here on the left and you have your sync tab. You can click this orange, this highlighted right now, this button in the middle. That desyncs everything. So now you can take this one this way. And now, as you notice, this middle visual shows you that you are now out of sync. You go 8th note, 16th note, 8th note, 16th note on that right side. Now go back to the 8th. You can actually take the left, do the same thing. It depends on what side you really want to mess with. Click sync again, and every time you move one, the other side moves as well. And you can take it all the way down where you're barely getting an echo to all the way up to where you're getting so much echo it sounds like a reverb. Here's your sync tabs. Again, you can change from sync to time, back and forth. Now when you go to time, it's the same scenario. You're just changing milliseconds. It depends on what you want to work with. Right now you can go dotted. You can actually be on your notes. You can go to triplet. You can see all the different ways it'll show this here. Down here on the bottom, you have to where you can turn your feedback off completely. Leave it on. You can turn your input on and off. Your input's gonna change the volume, whether it's really high, really low. That's what that is. That's the first side coming in. And then we're gonna move on here to this middle section. First thing I want you to notice is right down here you have this arrow pointing to the right. If you click it, it's going to pull up a filter. You have a filter built in to your echo audio effect, and you can turn that on or off just by clicking this box. And you can drag these two parameters here back, forth, up, down. Gives you a little bit of filtering on the sound itself before it even goes out. So that comes in handy, especially if you want to get rid of some lows or keep it right in the mid-range section, or maybe get rid of your high end, whatever the case may be. Or you can even come in here if you're trying to automate this sound and do a little bit of automation. You can come here and automate it back and forth, cut in, cut out type thing. Modulation, this is going to show your sync rate as well as your phase. Come here and turn your phase up all the way to 180. So it goes all the way to a complete straight out of phase. And it comes all the way back down to not being in phase at all. Completely out of phase, completely no phase. So you have that to play with. And generally speaking, the cleaner the numbers you get, the cleaner your sound is going to be. Right now you have 6 different options on your wave style. You have a sine wave, triangle, saw, 2 different ways. square and a funky square. You can also turn on your mod. You can ×4 it. You can modify the delay, modify the filter, and then you come over here and mix have an envelope to mix with. Character is really for, it's not so much for vocals unless you're taking a vocal and trying to use it as a particular note or use it as an instrument, because this is when you get into really fine tuning and adding extra effects to what you already have, where it be noise, turn the gate on, turn everything off, ducking, add that in the background, or add some wobble in there. It's going to really distort what you are trying to work with. So just keep that in mind, whether you're working with a note or you're working with a vocal. That right there. Now we come over here to the right side. Start off with the reverb. You can turn that percentage up or down. It's just a standard reverb, what you're going to get, and that's on top of your echo. So you got to think your echo is echoing at a rate. So right now we have a 116 rate. On top of that 116 rate, we're turning our reverb up to 55% of that. So not only are you going to get that echo, but you're going to get the reverb on the back of it. So that gives you a chorus effect, so to speak, which is really nice. And it's a very clean sounding chorus effect as well. Now you see this thing here where it says post. It starts off in post because they think that most of the time you're going to be messing with your sound and you're going to want your reverb or echo sound to come after what you've been doing. You can change it to come before what you're doing, or you can change it to a feedback. And if you know anything about feedback, that's, in my opinion, that's the last thing you want is feedback. I don't want feedback on nothing that I have. But if you're going for maybe a grungy or a different sound because you just want that particular sound and what you're doing, it's right there for you. You have your stereo, how much percentage you want to go to stereo. You can turn that up, you can turn that down, make it a little more monotonish, and leave it at 100% as far as I'm concerned. Output, that's your end output, which is going to turn your end volume up or down. So if you get to the end of this after playing with all this and you're just peaking this master over here off the scale, you want to come here and turn this output down, because usually you don't want to change the input because that's your clean organic sound that's coming in. But if it's after all the processing really clipping over there on that master, you definitely want to come here and turn this output down. And then you have your dry wet right below it knob, which is again one of those standard knobs. Whether the dry wet is simply whether you want more of that sound, whether you want less of that sound. Below that, down here, we're in stereo mode right now, which means we're going to go the same amount in both speakers. As long as we keep it in sync, we're going to get the same amount of sound levels in both speakers. Now decay, we kind of skipped that one. You turn that all the way up, you're going to get almost like a ambient synth type sound where it just continues to hold that note and just hold on to it. So if you're in here working with notes or a sample that you're trying to turn into a note, that right there is a good way to just have that long holding sound, like that background sound. And you can turn that up or down. If you don't want any decay, you don't want that background sound, you don't want to hold that long, definitely turn it down. Again, on stereo, on this tab, you're going to choose one of the three. And we'll take it back to the echo so you can kind of see ping pong is, I like to think of it as you are playing ping pong at a table. You're hitting the ball back and forth. As you can see here, it's going the same rate we had it at, but it's just hitting back and forth at that same rate. It's going to the left, coming back to the right, going back to the left, coming back to the right. Pretty simple. Mid, side, changing your parameter. Something kind of new, I kind of feel like, because now you're getting you can edit your middle range. So what you're hearing in the middle and what you're hearing on the sides of your sound. Fun to play with, definitely fun to play with. Something I would play with if you have the chance. What you're gonna have the chance if you have this program, you're gonna have the chance. You might as well do it. Play with it. See what it sounds like. And we're just gonna again turn the end result of this sound on so you guys can kind of hear what happened after we put the echo audio effect on it. Again, YouTube, this is 5-9 Productions. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment below. Let us know if you like this video. Let us know what you want us to do more of, whether it's audio effects, MIDI effects, sound design, or more music production. Thank you for watching. Later.